Joining us is Adrian Ramsay, co-leader of the Green Party. Hi, good to see you. Good morning. Good news, huh?
Good morning, Kay. Yes, indeed. Of course, it's good to hear when things start to move in the right direction. But your correspondent also highlighted that across the world as a whole, we're still losing more trees, more forests, more habitats than we are saving. And we see that situation in the UK as well, where the UK is one of the most nature depleted countries on earth, with all of the impacts that has for our well-being, for our food production, for our flood defences. So we need to do far more to meet the targets that we're supposed to have of managing 30% of our land for nature by 2030. And this is an issue which just doesn't get the political attention it needs, and yet is so crucial for our health and well-being, as well as for other species in the environment.
That's why you're here this morning, Adrian, to launch your campaign for the local elections. Tell me.
Yes, indeed. And we've seen over the last 4 years a quadrupling of the number of Green councillors across England and Wales. Over 10% of councils now have Greens as part of the administration. And we're confident we have a great chance of that trend continuing this year as more and more people are looking for a positive alternative. And the issue that we're focusing on today is on housing, because we have an affordability crisis in housing in this country, with more and more people unable to afford escalating rents, escalating mortgages, 1 million people on the council housing waiting list. And yet the homes that we see going up, people say to me all the time, the homes I'm seeing being built are just not affordable to meet local needs. They're executive homes that are not going to be affordable to people looking to buy in their community. So we need to have far more of a focus on building social housing and housing for buying that is really affordable to people, meets local needs, and where developers are forced to invest in the infrastructure that people need to ensure we're building communities, not just homes. So we've got a range of policies that we're putting forward that will address the affordability challenges with our housing supply.
Okay. As you well know, we can't talk about localised issues leading up to an election or as part of an election campaign. But I do wonder what you would be suggesting to would-be Green voters who they may find themselves in a mayoral area where there is an election, and those mayors are saying, please lend us your votes because otherwise the other leading party will get in. What would you say to them?
Well, people often make these claims at election time. What I would say is the number of Greens who are getting elected year on year is increasing all the time. You know, a few years ago, if you'd said to me, Kay, that we were going to have Greens as part of the ruling administration in over 10% of councils in England and Wales, that we were going to have nearly 800 Green councillors across the country on 170 councils right across all corners of England and Wales. You know, that would be a pace that was well beyond where we were at a few years ago. And people know that at a local level, if they want an alternative to big parties that they have become disillusioned with, then the Greens are increasingly that strong challenge at a local level. Green councillors will stand up for their local community, make a real difference to people's lives on things like housing, defending local services, protecting the environment. And last year we achieved the first Green majority council in the country in Mid-Suffolk. There's one council in the country that's got a Green majority, and that one council was the one that won the Council of the Year award just a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I told you you couldn't do that. You're going to get me in trouble.
There's no local elections in Mid-Suffolk this year. You'll be okay, Kay. But I'm just referring to our record. We're referring to our record where Greens are elected, where that accolade was based on defending local services, making the council's operations greener, bringing investment into the area. And those examples I could quote from different parts of the country of where Greens have had a real impact in protecting local services, defending the environment, working to address the affordability crisis in our housing. These are issues that really affect people. And Green councillors are making a huge difference towards that.
Okay, it's good to see you. Thanks for taking the time. Good luck with the election campaign. Thank you.